Hi everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from Red State dated November 16th. And the reason you're hearing this so much later than November 16th is because I am on vacation. So I just figured I'd have some semi or totally non-political news for you here, stuff that really didn't matter in terms of keeping up to date on what was going on out there. But I'm going to talk about this one, though. This one is kind of straddles the line of political and sports because, well, part of the reason, or I should say, actually, a really big reason why I stopped watching baseball, which was like the last major league sport that I stopped watching because of all the crap going on, the wokeness and the political messaging being pushed into it. The reason I stopped watching was because of, well, the situation we're going to go over right here. So the article is titled Stacey Abrams hardest hit after Major League Baseball announces site of next All-Star game. So let us scroll down and scroll back up. Says it's been 2.5 years since twice failed Georgia Democratic gubernatorial nominee and don't forget election denier Stacey Abrams and her merry band of leftist demagogues went on a cancel campaign against her home state over the Republican-led legislature, I can say that, efforts to pass an election reform bill to better ensure the integrity of elections in the Peach State. Among the whoppers told by Abrams, President Joe Biden, Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock, and others is that the law eliminated hours of voting and made it a crime to provide water to voters while they wait in line because they're leftists. And remember, I've said this on other videos, leftists lie about everything all the time. Do not believe them. Okay, so it says worse, Biden's and Abrams, in particular, pushed the lie that it was Jim Crow 2.0, a racially inflammatory description that stuck Major League Baseball, who stuck with Major League Baseball, who, after talking to Abrams about the bill signed into law by Governor, I cannot talk today, Governor Brian Kemp in March 2021, decided to yank the All Star game out of Atlanta and along with it, millions in revenue. I think it was estimated to be something like around $100 million that would have helped minority businesses that struggled to stay afloat during the coronavirus pandemic. And I think not only was it $100 million, but remember, Atlanta is a predominantly black city, so they pulled this money out of there and they moved the All Star game to Denver, which is a overwhelmingly white city. And also, I wonder if this article is going to go into it, but if you remember after the 2020, or was it would have been the 2022 election, there were polls that were done of of the African American community that specifically said like, "Hey guys, did you have any problems voting?" And not one person, I'm not exaggerating, not one person said they had an issue. So people at that point, I remember, were coming out and going like, "Is Rob Manfred, who is the commissioner of Major League Baseball, going to come out and like apologize for moving the All-Star game?" Which, of course, no, that's not going to happen. But just to give you some additional background on this, so let's keep going. So since that time, key portions of the law have been upheld by courts, and it's been confirmed beyond a shadow of a doubt that the law was not a voter suppression tool, as evidenced by record numbers in the state for primary, early voting, and general election voting days. Yeah, that's another thing too. So not only did this not keep the people out that they were saying that it was supposed to keep out, but there's been record turnout for all the elections since then. So again, the leftists, they lied. So, and then, of course, the MLB commissioner, Rob Manfred, just decided to run with the lie and punish Atlanta based on lies, essentially. So it says, and in another sign that Georgia Republicans and Kemp have gotten the last laugh on Abrams and their other woke critics, it was announced Thursday that Major League Baseball has chosen, drumroll please, Atlanta to host the 2025 All-Star Game. And an embedded tweet here just said basically the same thing. So there you go. And Atlanta Braves with a statement about it. So good for them getting it back. Not cutting that out. Says now one would think that this was evidence that MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred was currently busy dining on a generous portion of krill, but probably not, judging by what he said in 2022, effectively trying to give his corporate activism credit for the high Georgia vote or turnout numbers. And he said here, with the facts that existed at that point in time, I think I would make the same decision. He says, "So you're an idiot," is basically all it is, and that's a major criticism I've heard of him because I haven't paid attention to baseball very much in the last couple years, and even then, like the commissioner, I don't really pay attention to what the commissioner says or does. But a lot of the criticism of him is that he's not the smartest person around. So he continues to say in this quote, says, "I have to say, we've now been through an election cycle in Georgia. I'm glad there was a big voter turnout. I know that some people will say that proves that you were worried about nothing, which it does. Says I think the other way you look at it is maybe we brought attention to an issue that people turned out in bigger numbers because of that attention. Yeah, no, don't buy it. because I don't know what the answer is. I do think that in the same context, I'd make the same decision. Again, you're a stupid person. Okay. Says though he may not be dining on crow at this hour, one thing is certain though. According to the standards of the 2021 version of Rob Manfred, he now supports Jim Crow. And that's the embedded tweet here from Chuck Ross. And then it ends the article with your rules, Wokesters, your rules. If Rob Manfred came out and actually apologized for what he did to Atlanta, that would probably go a long way towards getting me back to start watching baseball again. I mean, this helps, but I'm still not at a point where I'm ready to say like, yeah, I'm ready to just put things aside and move on. Like there needs to be some sort of contrition from him. And I know this quote up here, like it said, was from 2021, or was it from 2021? I said in 2022. Okay, so he said last year, which is him just basically saying, I'm an idiot, and I'd still make the same decision, even in the face of all the facts that completely prove me wrong. Um, but yeah, if he was to apologize, I'd probably start watching baseball again. That's all I'm gonna say. So let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think Rob Manfred is eating crow? Is he eating Jim Crow over this? What do you think about baseball moving? Should I go back and start watching baseball again? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.